Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke and I am having a day. I tried to get my stream started earlier and was working on it for about 2 hours, and the computer was just messing up and wouldn't let me get the video on there. And so it took me until just now to be able to get everything working again, but I got it there. We're all good, so I can at least get half of the words in that I had intended to get for today. Man, I was getting really frustrated, and I'm glad that I was able to get it worked out. I was talking a lot there, and I don't remember if I had my sound on or not. I may not have, but that's okay. Just in case, I got in about 495 words, and that was good, and I was happy about it, and reading, and yay. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my second writing sprint of the day. .596 words, that's good. So that puts me at 46,924 words total in my story. So I've only got about 3,000 left to do before I've got the full word count to win NaNoWRIMO. I put in a little over 1,000 today. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a really nice amount. I'm very happy about that. So in my story, I finally got to the point where the main character notices that her sister is missing. That's important. And I'm about to get to the point where the sister is gonna save herself and start to show signs of being corrupted by the plague that she is now sick with. There's a church right next to my house, and the bells go off every day at 6 o'clock, and they last for the longest time. And they are very loud. The bells are pretty enough, but it's just like sometimes they'll go off at 8 in the morning, or sometimes they'll randomly go off at like 9:13 or some other random time. Yeah, I'm happy with where my story is going. Definitely staying pretty well within the parameters of the plotting that I did. It still doesn't quite feel like the short story that I made that I based the whole thing on, but I think it should get there eventually, and I'll be happy with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it there for today. Thank you very much for joining me today on CC Writes. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will see you later. Hello, welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today there is less than a week left in NaNoWRIMO, and I am getting really close to the end. I'm within 4,000 words. I've only got about 3,100 words to go in my word count in order to win for the month. So I'm very excited. I'm just really happy with how my progress has gone throughout this entire month. I am gung-ho about about getting this done as quickly as possible. I'm not going to be able to finish it today, but I will finish the 50,000 words tomorrow. But my story isn't going to be finished yet tomorrow, so I am going to continue streaming until the end of November, except on Thanksgiving. I will not be streaming on Thanksgiving. All right, let's see how I did. Oof, that doesn't bode well. 438 words. I was getting pretty easily distracted during that time. Yeah, so 438 that time, and then I have 47,363 in the story overall. Yeah, I have the laundry going downstairs and it keeps making noises, and my brain just keeps thinking about it every time I hear something hit in the dryer. It's driving me crazy. I found it soothing. Yeah, I have a hard time with noises. They sort of pull me out of everything really easily. So especially if there's like a TV on anywhere near me, I will just hyper focus on the TV and I won't think about anything else. So I always have to have a nice quiet environment to write in. Unless music doesn't really affect me that way, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, TV and noise from appliances and all of that kind of stuff is always difficult for me to fight through. I feel weird about the scene that I just wrote. I'm not entirely happy with it, but it's at least getting me to a point where I can move forward in my story. So there's that. And as I always say, that's what editing is for. Goodness, it's been a day already. I got 325 words that time. Oh, you saw the Mob Psycho review? I really enjoyed doing that one. I had a lot of fun with it. Mob Psycho is one of my favorite animes, so I really enjoyed going through the story and everything with that. If I were Mob, it would be like 70% distraction. Yeah, so for those of you just tuning in, the first sprint that I did, I got really distracted because of my laundry going, and then the second stream I got a call from my mom who was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this month, and she got genetic testing done for the BRCA gene, which is to see if it's like a family thing, and it's not, thankfully, which means that she'll have a much better chance of it not growing back once it's all treated and everything. But I got really, really distracted during the second sprint because of that, and so it's been it's been kind of a crazy day so far. Yeah, so she's stage 2, which is it's still very treatable. Well, she's either stage 2 or stage 3. We should find out today whether it is in her lymph nodes or not, and that'll determine if it's stage 3. But either way, it's very treatable, and it just means whether or not she is going to have a better chance of remission. Basically, stage 3 means that it's more likely to come back later on, and stage 3 lessens that chance. So we're hoping it's stage 2, and yeah, she's still keeping a good a good positive attitude about everything, and they caught it early enough that it should be fine. But we were really worried about the genetic testing because my grandmother died of breast cancer when my mom was 11 years old, and it's been like 2 of her sisters have had breast cancer, and it was all before they were, 50 years old. And so we were really worried about breast cancer being a genetic factor in our family, but thankfully it turns out it is not. So that at the very least is a huge positive for us this early on. Well, I got 408 words in. Could have been worse. Man, I really felt, oh, you know what? I did some extra writing up here, so that would be why I did not get as much as I thought I did. Okay, that makes sense. I'm good. Anyone forget to save and lose progress this NaNoWRIMO? I did that the first year I ever did it. I got through a huge chunk of the story, and then right at the end my computer crashed and I lost everything. Autosave is good for me too, actually. That's why I like using Google Docs, because it does the autosave, and then even at times where I've had everything crash on me, it'll still save it to everything, and usually within a sentence of what I've written, even if it shut down suddenly. So I've really appreciated autosave quite a bit. Yeah, on my first book that I ever wrote, I wrote it out completely, and I was 11 years old at the time, and and I saved it on a floppy disk, and then I broke the floppy disk and completely lost absolutely everything that I had written. And so then the second time I wrote the book, I saved it onto my computer, but I didn't save it on any other system, and so that crashed and was just completely dead, and so I was never able to recover that work. And so then I wrote it a third time, and I saved it onto my laptop, and I saved it onto a separate USB file, which both got stolen out of my car. So I lost this poor book 3 times, and it was awful, and I hated it. And I have not ever rewritten that story again, because I already did it twice. I did end up finishing other works and getting those published and everything, but that was a time span. That was from the time I was 11 until I was 21 years old, was writing and rewriting this book, as I just like could not keep it from getting destroyed. So yeah, that was about 10 years of my life. I have like a special talent for losing and breaking things. It's like I should have a medal for it or something. I'm amazing at it. Yeah, floppy disk. I hated floppy disks, even when they were the only thing that you could really use to save stuff on. Because like there was no way I could keep these things safe, because they would just like I would put it in my backpack, it would get crushed by something, I would drop it, and yeah, and then they would get corrupted, and I would lose so much homework all the time because of it. They really do have a lot to answer for. Yeah, that is the one good thing that came out of it, was that I got to learn how to write based off of rewriting that one thing over and over. And every time I rewrote it, it was a completely different story. Floppy disks are like flash drives, only evil. Floppy disks, so originally they were these like plasticky kind of disc things, like circles, and you had to be super careful with them. And then they put them in like the hard cases And so then they were these just square hard cases, usually in a bunch of different colors, and they would get corrupted easily, or like the little metal part of it at the top would bend, or, you know, they would snap in half, and once it did, it was awful. The Wikipedia link, yeah. Yeah, floppy disks, when I was in middle school, they were just starting to transition over to thumb drives, which is the USB drives, flash drives. So I got floppy disks like right at the tail end of it. Yeah, they can't hold as much information as a flash drive, like even close. History lessons with CC Wrights. Thank goodness for flash drives, yeah, but I mean, they were a lot smaller, so they were very easy to lose as well. I ended up having to put mine on a lanyard and wear it as like a necklace. Be right back. Well then, 4:30 that time. Final numbers for the day. I've got 48,572 words total, and I did about 1,647 words, so I almost did the full daily amount for NaNoWRIMO, which is pretty good considering the multiple distractions that I dealt with today. During that last one, I got another call from my mom, and it turns out the cancer is in her lymph nodes, unfortunately. So not the best news for that, but it is still treatable, and she's gonna start chemo pretty soon, and yeah, and we'll just go from there. Man, today has been just like a crazy day. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate the nice words and everything. I just like, it's something that we knew was a possibility my whole life because of my grandma and my mom's sisters and everything. And so it's not like that surprising to us that she ended up with breast cancer. And plus she's smoked her whole life too, and that certainly does not help things. But thank you, Chaotic Girl. I really appreciate that. And I hope that everything is going well with you as well. My mom's surgery, because they found it in her lymph node, she has to do the chemotherapy first, and then she'll end up getting the surgery. And they may end up having to do a double mastectomy, I think. Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll keep powering through. It's kind of what we always do. It really sucks because my mom lives in Chicago with my sister, and so I don't really have the opportunity with quarantine and all of that kind of stuff to go and be with her throughout any of this. So the best that I can do is just try to be as supportive as possible and try and help keep her spirits up. It's nice though that I work from home now, so anytime she calls I can answer and be there for her. All right, so summary of today: cancer sucks. I have 48,500 words written, and I met my word count for the day. So, yeah. Am I okay? Yeah, I just, I'm having a little trouble processing it as of yet, but I do have a lot of very good emotional support at home. My husband is absolutely amazing, and he's very good at helping me deal with really crazy things like this. So I'm really happy to have him a part of my life and help me through this. And also, thankfully, because my mom is with my sister and her husband, and they have, you know, my mom's grandkids there, my nieces. So she does have a lot of family there with her as well. Good treatments besides chemo. Yeah, like they've made so many advancements, so I'm not worried that that she's gonna die or anything. I really do think because they caught it as early as they did, that she has the best possible chance that she could have, and she's really fortunate for that. And it's also because she was always so proactive with getting mammograms and everything, and always getting a yearly checkup and all of that kind of stuff. And so yeah, there's a lot of good going into it. But I mean, you never want to hear the word cancer in association with your family. So I got everything done for today, and I think that I am just gonna go ahead and call it a day. But thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I'm glad that I had so many nice people as I got that really crazy news in my life. And I hope you enjoyed our time together. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys later. Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lefke, and today all I do is win. Today is day 25 of NaNoWRIMO, and I am within 2,000 words of hitting the 50,000 word goal to win. So I'm very excited about it. As long as I'm able to stay focused and stay on task today, I should be able to hit that word count very easily, because I have been doing that much pretty much all throughout this month. So I'm super excited to get here. Yesterday was a difficult stream for me. I almost ended it early, but then I decided to just keep going and try to power my way through to the end. And I'm glad that I did, because I got myself to within a reasonable amount of words to where I could win for today. That time I got 610 words. All right, gives me a slight buffer for the next 3 sprints, but I still want to put in all of my effort into getting as many words as possible. That puts me at 49,182 words total, which means I have less than 900 words to go in the word count goal for NaNoWRIMO. Very happy about that. So this shouldn't be too bad. I actually have even less to write than I had initially thought I did. This has been a very long month. I'm so excited to get to this point. I'm thinking about how I'm writing this story and the ways that I'm going to need to edit it in the future. But first things first, I actually need to get it all the way done, which is going to be the problem, because I'm not going to be able to finish the whole story through NaNoWRIMO, but I am at the very least going to be able to get a huge chunk of it done, and then I'll finish it off next month, probably more on my own time than through daily writing sprints like I've been doing. I definitely want to take weekends off for sure. And I was thinking of cutting down the number of streams that I do to like 1 or 2 every week. I think that would give me a much better schedule that I can keep up with, to where I can write this one on my own time and then just do more fun kind of writing exercises and experimental writing things during my regular stream. 589. Very nice. Ooh, I've got less than 300 words to go before I reach 50,000. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna be able to hit the 50,000 mark today, even if I completely flub it during the next writing sprint. Man, I'm already tired. I thought I would have a lot more energy today because of how close I am to finishing everything up, but I'm still just as sleepy as can be. I got a little bit of reading done today, which I was happy about, and I exercised while I did it, which was even nicer. So far, I really like the story that I'm reading because of the characters seem really goofy, which is, it's fun to read people who are just kind of silly in a lot of fun ways. And so I've definitely had a lot of fun going through that. It's Black by Ted Dekker. I'm still reading through that one. I haven't been getting through it as fast as I have some of the other books that I've read because the writer, his, like, the way that he writes is so different from my natural cadence, so I have to like really think about what it is that he's saying a lot more than with a lot of other stories. But having that different like mental space is also kind of interesting to go through. I don't usually struggle reading a book this much, even though the book itself is really good. I'm gonna do, which one am I on now? Third. I'm doing the third writing sprint, and I'm going to cross that finish line. So I will start that now. All right, I did it. So that's 50,248 words total. I was losing focus a little bit there during that sprint, but I still managed to push through and get quite a bit of writing done. And yeah, I have achieved my goal for the entire month. I'm still going to keep doing writing sprints, of course, throughout the rest of the month, except for tomorrow, because Thanksgiving, and I already did it and I'm tired. But I at least achieved the word count goal, and that is super exciting. That is definitely a lot to be proud of. Did they not have you verify anymore? They used to have you verify. Well, let's see what the winner video looks like. Well, so I got this certificate thingy, and I'm not thrilled with the design of it, but it's there. So it says, this month you wrote a novel, you approached it word by word, and you showed up day after day. You pushed through the doubt, the discomfort, and the frustration you might have felt with yourself and your imperfection, all to do the work. In a year of pandemic protest and hope for change, we're so proud to have spent this month with you, building creativity and resilience. Congratulations, winner. That's nice. Thank you, everyone. You know, before all of this started, I actually didn't take a look at what all of the goodies are for winning. Maybe I should do that. I won the chance to buy things from the store. All right, so here are the badges and everything. You can be so proud. I am very proud of myself. I'm super happy about this. So 50% off Scrivener for Mac OS and Windows. What is Scrivener? Like, I've heard of it before, but I've never actually looked into it. 50% off Dabble. Ooh, this is kind of good. Sit down with experts in KDP formatting and cover creation for a 90-minute virtual Q&A. That actually might be good for the book that I'm gonna be publishing at the beginning of next month. Noveler? I haven't even heard of this one. Oh, this one kind of looks like it's turning it into more of a game, so you set up goals, track your progress, and then you earn like streaks and things like that to see your writing stats. Okay, that's kind of cool. 20% discount on Lifetime Blaze and a chance to win $3,000 toward your self-published NaNoWRIMO novel. I've never heard of most of this stuff that they have as rewards. Oh, the Great Courses is an online learning platform. I already have one of those. AutoCrit Professional. I mean, that one sounds like fun, but offer expires December 4th, 2020. Yeah, I don't know that I'd end up doing something like that, because that's a lot of money to come up with between now and December 4th. World Anvil. So many of these things are so similar to each other. Like, they're all organize your characters, plot, world setting, all that kind of stuff. Well, this one comes with a lot of resources in publishing. I'm surprised that I didn't have to go through the, that I didn't have to input my words into their program, because in all the previous years, that's what they had you do. You had to verify your word count by copy and pasting into their little program thing to do the word count. So it's weird now seeing that you don't have to do that and you just say that you wrote 50,000 words. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that I have access to now from it, and some of it includes like free writing resources, which I appreciate. Free resources. Free resources are my favorite. A lot of the other ones, they're like, you know, you get 50% off, 30% off, and whatever, and even then some of the price range for it, it's really high, but I definitely like that they also included some things that you don't have to pay for as part of being a winner. It always kind of sucks when you win something and then someone says, oh, here's something that you have to pay for as your prize. But getting stuff wasn't the point of doing NaNoWRIMO. It was all about getting the book done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it there for today. Thank you very much for joining me today on CC Writes. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will see you later.